In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at word problems where we have to create a diagram, usually two parallel lines cut by a transversal, and then figure out the angle measures within that diagram based on the information they give us. So if we look at number 5, it says two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. So I'm going to draw that first. Two parallel lines cut by a transversal. All right, one angle is given as 38 less than 3 times a number. It's not really specific, so I'm just going to write it up here. 38 less than means 38 less than 3 times a number means 3x minus 38. All right. An angle corresponding to that is given as 26 more than 2 times the same number. So corresponding, remember if I draw my circles around each of the intersecting points of the transversal, okay, this angle is in the top left. That means the angle corresponding to that is this angle right here. 26 more than 2 times the same number is 2x plus 26. Now we know that corresponding angles are congruent. Congruent means the same measure. Same in mathematics means equal. Okay, so that means these angles are going to equal each other. 3x minus 38 equals 2x plus 26. Okay, now in this, I'm just going to set these up for you. You can solve for x on your own, plug them back in. Once you get your x equals whatever it is, okay, you got to plug it back in and then find all the other angles within the diagram. Okay, but if you need, solving the equations is something we did in the last video, so I'm not going to go further with that. You can do that on your own. Okay, so there's a scenario where the angles are congruent. They're equal to each other. Let's look at the next problem and set that one up. Two parallel lines are crossed by a transversal. Okay, the smaller of two angles is given as 1 less than 4 times a number. Okay, so I'm going to pick a smaller angle. I'm going to pick this one right here. Smaller of two angles, 1 less than 4 times a number, 4x minus 1. Okay, the larger angle, okay, so that means the obtuse angle, is given as 20 more than 19 times the same number. 20 more than 19 times the same number. Okay, these angles right here, find the number of the angles. Okay, these angles right here all lie on a line. Remember, a line is 180 degrees. So to set this one up, you would have to add these two angles together. All right, we have 19x plus 20 plus 4x minus 1. And then, again, same thing, solve for x. Once you get your x, you plug it back in to figure out the smaller angle, then the larger angle. Okay, I'm not going to go through those steps with you. You can do that on your own. All right. So, again, with these problems, you're seeing if they're congruent or if they're supplementary. If they're congruent, you set them equal to each other, solve for x, plug them back into each angle. If they are supplementary, you add them together to equal 180, solve for x, plug them back in. If you have questions in class, please let me know.